I'm from the COVIDFatigue group with Sonia, and we're studying the characterization and severity assessment of long COVID symptoms. So just a quick timeline. We started our literature survey in summer of 2022. We started designing the symptom assessment in fall 2022, as well as validating the scoring system. Pilot studies started in spring 2023 with initiating data collection, and we've been doing data collection since summer 2023.
So to go into how we made our questionnaire to conduct our study, so first we found two categories, neurological and physiological, and we selected questions from both. And then we researched different HIPAA compliant platforms like Gorilla and Jotform. And then we ultimately decided on Jotform to store our data. And then after that, we added questions about demographic factors such as race, ethnicity, gender, income, and employment status. And then we tested our questionnaire with pilot data. So from like our family members and other people we knew to make sure that our questionnaire was easy to follow and understand.
So these are some of the questionnaire categories in our questionnaire. So we have cognitive symptoms, physical symptoms, and working memory symptoms. For cognitive symptoms, it includes things like suicidal ideation, depression, behavior, stress. Physical symptoms include breathlessness, cranial nerve dysfunction, loss of taste, loss of smell, and yeah.
So to conduct our pilot study, we have an eligibility form to make sure that our participants are eligible. So like between the ages of 18 and 55 and living in the US and can speak English and other questions to make sure they're eligible. And then we have them sign a consent form to participate in our study. And then they actually fill out our questionnaire on Jotform. And then we have a feedback form that we sent out to all of our pilot participants to get input and to help improve our questionnaire to make it more understandable and clear.
So this is a timeline of our methodology. We started making a list of symptoms, then we compiled standardized questions for each symptom. We performed a sample study to generate scoring guidelines. We optimized a HIPAA compliant platform to host the questionnaire. We got research permission from the IRB. We automated scoring on Jotform, which is the platform we used. We validated the responses. We did our pilot studies. We performed quality control on those pilot studies. Finally started data collection outreach. We reprocessed the data, and then we are using data analysis tools to analyze the data.
So to go through our demographics, so we're asking for three categories: gender, age group, and race. And as you can see for age group on the bottom pie chart, we have a variety of ages, anywhere from 18 to 55. And on the right, on the pie chart is race. And we have noticed that the majority of our participants are Asian. So we are trying to expand and get more racial diversity. And also, as you can see, we have more females than males, but we're also trying to expand that to balance out that pie chart.
So this is just like with some of our initial participants, our initial 50 participants. Right now we have over 100. This is just some of like the data categorized with the physiological severity, physiological timeline, and all of the markers at the top.
So to go through more of our results, so as you can see, this heat map it compares the correlations between the severity of the symptoms experienced by patients. And so red means positive correlation and blue is negative correlation. And basically this chart is saying that the darker the red, that means that it's higher correlation between those symptoms. So as you can see, like breathlessness and cough has a high correlation, and so does dysgeusia, which is loss of taste, and chronic pain that also has a high correlation. And The blue is just a negative correlation. And this is another heat map that we made, which is comparing the correlation between the timeline of the symptoms experienced by patients. So same thing, like red is positive correlated, blue is negative, and breathlessness and cough is highly correlated. And another one was anosmia and dysgeusia, which is loss of smell, loss of taste, which makes sense if you think about everyone that's gotten COVID in this world today.
So because of COVID-19's worldwide prevalence, this data can be used in the medical system, future research, and just public health awareness in general, especially with identifying two symptoms to be related to each other. This study is like unique with a lot of long COVID studies because it looks at both the physiological and psychological effects of long COVID together.
And so what some of our preliminary results from our initial 50 participants, we noticed that the majority of our participants are all vaccinated. And some correlations that we found were correlation between behavioral severity and depression severity, which was 0.8, and the correlation between anosmia and dysgeusia, which is loss of smell and loss of taste, is 0.7, and the correlation between working memory timeline and behavioral timeline was 0.8. And we also noted that sleep had the highest, was the highest effective. Oh, no, sorry. We noticed that COVID has affected sleep the most. As you can see, like 33% of our participants rated their sleep on a scale of 5 or higher, and 10 being worst quality, which shows how much it has affected sleep.
So in the future, we want to fully analyze our data. Our participant goal was 100 participants, which we have accomplished, but we are still continuing data collection. We wanted a diverse group of people. We hope to finish data collection by spring 2024 and start writing papers during the summer. And then with this data, we wanted to find a connection between participants, see how it relates to the brain, further understand patterns, and publish papers with our results.
So we would like to thank all of our teammates and the Johanniki Neurolab for giving us the opportunity to conduct this study.
These are our references. And we would really appreciate it if any of you are over 18 and eligible to participate in our study. Every participant gives us a lot of valuable data, which is going to stay anonymous, which we can utilize when analyzing data, and it would be really helpful. So even if you know anybody who has COVID, please send this over to them.
Thank you, team. Well done.
Thank you for presenting, everybody. Does anybody have any questions?